is in my hands.
You foolish man. I am a Jito Ryo master. Allow me to reunite you with your ancestors.
Unbelievable destructive power.
What's up, everyone? Another Kayui here. How you guys doing today? Welcome to another episode of Noonami. I hope you guys are having a good night and everything else. As you can see, overnight it's not going to sleep. He's just having some fun. Been busy for this whole week. So, there they go. So, I got my good friend here, Trey Vito here. What's going on, man?
What up?
Yeah, man. This has been a very great day, man, so far. We got 18 episodes, man. I'm surprised. We got so many. It's crazy.
Oh,
yeah, we're 18 today.
Right?
Surprising. We're almost at 20.
All right. Hey, we gotta do a big celebration at 20. Every time we hit those 10 digits or the
10 by 10
by
pretty
10s
much.
or whatever.
Yeah, so
yeah, we gotta do a celebration every time.
yeah, I'll figure out something for that one, for episode 20. I haven't figured anything out. I'm just noticing it, so we're just trying to figure it out. But other than that, man. But how you been doing, man? Seriously.
Chilling, taking a break off of the Beetleverse. We gotta calculate and calibrate stuff over there. But Beetleverse music hey, still popping, still doing what it's doing, still growing. So I'm excited still about that. And that's kind of been like what I've been on. Besides, you know what I'm saying, hanging with family this weekend and just cherishing time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Makes sense. Yeah, as for me right now, like I said, taking care of this guy. This guy's been walking around the house. I actually had him literally, instead of being this walker, I literally had him out of his walker, and he literally tried to chase after the walker, and literally walked around the whole entire house, like, perfectly fine. So, we got him in, but we actually had a little situation happen yesterday. Like, I was streaming, or trying to set up do Lies of P, some more death counts. So I got a new death counter on my channel now for Netto Dojo, so it's kind of funny. So every time I do a death, I actually hear that ooh sound every time I get killed. So now you see the count in the bottom right hand corner. So so now I have a death count, so that's actually pretty fun to play around with. As I was setting up, he kind of busted his lip on the coffee table that's kind of behind me. So it's a little bleeding stuff. So we're okay.
At least it wasn't around the eye, because I remember when I was I don't remember it, but my mom said, like, on both eyes, like I have scars on both eyes. She said somehow I hit the coffee table, the side of the coffee table, and put a scratch on both, like right underneath my eyes. So like you can still see like the scratches. It looked like it's like, I don't know, it's weird. It looked like on purpose markings.
Oh wow.
And stuff, but it's literally like just me on accident when I was a kid, when I was a baby, around his age, trying to stand or walk. Just
That's
cuts, and I was like, dang. But what's funny is they say, like, you know how they say, like, sometimes you do stuff when you're a baby the same way your father done it or got done or whatever. My dad has identical markers on his eyes. And my mom said that he had told her that when he was a baby, like, he didn't hit the coffee table, but something happened where he had got hit on both of his eyes and had those markers. I'm like, jeez, that's crazy. That's scary. That's crazy how genetics work.
That's insane. Yeah, I didn't have those. I think the only time I remember having a scar or something, I think when I was a child, when I was living in LA, and I can't remember the story behind it, but I know, like, every single house had, like, you know, gates and, you know, stuff like that. And for some odd reason, I remember now. Like, I was playing around with with my friends, like, a couple of blocks down, and then they had, you know, like the axe they used, like, to chop wood and stuff. So for some odd reason, like, I kind of remember this, and it's kind of funny because I don't know how I still remember this as much as, like, my fiance tells me, like, you have a very photographic memory on a lot of things you remember, but it's only, like, you only want to remember the only things that's important to you. I'm like, well, I mean, there's some things, some history, some memory. But one of them was, like, because, so, you can't really see it, but, like, there's a mark, like, in between here. This was actually a while back when I was a kid. I got hit with an axe when I was a kid. Ooh. Yeah, so I was like,
there between the eyes?
I was like, I was bleeding. I, like, ran home and stuff. I was like, I didn't know what's going on. So
that's some Final Destination type stuff. Like, did it fling up or something? I
don't remember the complete situation of it, but I know I got hit by it. So, and again, I was a kid. I think I was like 6 or 7 years old, I think. So it's crazy. So that's wild. So, but other than that, of, like, the crazy stories we have and everything else, you know, with him since he's been passed out and stuff, but he's doing good. I actually got him, made some popsicles for him. Use Pedialyte to put in some ice cubes to make popsicles, and then made a I think a fruit smoothie, but just made him the popsicles and have him chew on that to help, like, the swallow and everything else. Because give him something with normal ice or whatever, he's not gonna be like, get away. So
yeah, you gotta make it jazzed. Gotta make it
exactly
kid-proof.
So, and it worked out. So I mean, he kind of had finished the electrolytes and also the fruit, and we got some more left over, so we got some of that. Yeah, but other than that, let's get into our icebreaker. What are we currently watching? So Vito, what we got, my guy?
To be honest, I'm still on To Be a Hero X. Other than that, I think I'm letting some of these animes catch up. I mentioned to you, off air that I was watching that one that we watched a trailer to here, and it started with a G, and I watched the first episode, and I'm excited about that, but I'm letting that build up. So I think it's about maybe 2 or 3 episodes in. I want to say maybe 2, because it's a weekly thing, so maybe 2. So, you can say I'm watching that too, but whatever it is, I keep forgetting how to say the name. I know exactly what
you're talking about. Let me see if I can find it. And I just saw it just a second ago. I think it's like Gachatari or something like that. So, yeah.
Something
that's the one I'm looking at.
Something like that.
We are actually. Let's see. I think we're only 3 or 4. Wow, 24.
That's 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're like 3 or 4 episodes in, I think.
Yeah, it's only been out what 3 weeks. So So I watched that first episode. So I'm kind of in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, just those for right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So as for me, I'm kind of checking out the newer stuff. Let's see what I've seen so far. I've I've been going into some of the stuff I've been anticipating, like My Dress Up Darling season 2. I watched. Let's see, what is it? My Dress Up Darling season 2, The Rise of Shield Hero season 4. I started getting back into this other one, which is like the Vending Machine, reincarnated as a Vending Machine or something like Vending Machine, which is hilarious. So it's continuing where it left off. So I'm actually happy about that. Let's see. The second season 2, I think was called Senpai. Radicus that don't dream. Senpai is basically now Radicus that don't dream of Santa Claus, which is actually interesting. I like where we at now in this latest episode, so I can't wait for the next one for that one. I haven't touched. I know Kaiju number 8 just finally started last week, so we're supposed to get episode 2 this week or tomorrow, basically. So I'm just gonna kind of let that build up. I mean, let it build up like another couple more episodes before I go in. I know how. We're already in episode 4. I still need to finish the last 3 or 4 episodes of season 1 to go into season 2. So I'm gonna let that build up a little bit before I go in, because I know how much the hype is for that. There's that, but there is one anime I am there's a couple of animes watching, but there's one particular I am super excited for, which I will go into more details, but I'll say the name of this. And please, I may butcher this name, but the name is called Crevice, I believe it's called. I may say it wrong, so if I say it wrong, I do apologize. But we are going to be having a little bit more discussion on that and how I feel about this anime, and we do have a trailer for that. Or we're going to re-look at the trailer just to give people an idea of what to expect, and we'll go into details of that. But yeah, I'm liking this anime a lot, and when we saw this trailer, we were super confused with this. We were really confused. We didn't know what to expect. Now, actually seeing it with 4 episodes, well, I'm going to say technically 5 episodes, because episode 1 is an hour long, so you might as well count that as 2 episodes. So basically 5 episodes in technically, and we're like, all right, we know what the heck's going on. So I'll go into more details of that later in our actual main subject. But yeah, I've been kind of watching that too, so it's been very good. Especially since that comes out the same day with Shield Hero, so I'm like, all right, I get this and Shield Hero at the same time. Let's go. I'm all for it. So yeah, those have been what I've been watching. So if you guys actually have any animation you guys have been checking out, definitely leave in the comments and everything else, and we'll come from there. But other than that, let's get into some news. So what?
Hey, real quick though, I gotta add this. Hey, so I think this weekend is San Diego Comic Con. So they got a lot of stuff going on. Even though I'm not doing the Vitoverse this week, I just have to go ahead and mention this, that they're doing San Diego Comic Con, and it's all over social media right now. So prepare for next week. That'd be our conversation for next week's Vitoverse. We'll talk about San Diego Comic Con. I'm sure they're gonna have some animes presented there as well. So that's some stuff to talk about.
Definitely.
All right,
definitely. Yeah, so right now I think they haven't posted anything yet so far for San Diego Comic Con yet, but I know if I look into some stuff, I know I'll find something. But
they posted some Predator stuff.
I bet they showed off Predator. You know they're gonna show up some Predator stuff.
Oh, and Tron, and then they got this one like thing of like people outside, like outside the streets in Dago, like with their light cycles, like it look hard like that.
I can definitely believe it. Trust me. Oh man.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's see what we got. So the funny thing is we got a couple of Gundam news actually, which is actually interesting. So I'll start off with this one first. So apparently, I believe what's the name? Make sure I wrote. So yesterday we got this. So Gundam Wing Endless Waltz gets a new U.S. theoretic screening, which is there's an update. So basically, Gundam Wing is in their 30th anniversary. We're actually in their 30th anniversary for the Gundam Wing franchise, which is one of our biggest things. And the funny about it, it was at San Diego Comic-Con. There we go. So that was a plus.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so Gundam Wing gets a new anniversary video, new design and manga. Let's see. So we have here. Bandai Namco filmmakers made several announcements as part of the panel of the 30th anniversary of the Mobile Suit Gundam Wing franchise at San Diego Comic-Con on Thursday, beginning with the Mobile Suit Gundam Wing Endless Waltz anime returning to theaters in the United States in 4K resolution. Whew, man. Imagine watching that in 4K, man.
Yeah.
Man, I'll be a kid. That'd be like us being a kid in a candy store all day long. Man, I don't even know how to act. I'm like, yo, like watching Wing Zero with the wings in 4K.
Nah, that's dope.
That is.
I need to see that ASAP.
I know.
I need to see that.
I know. Seriously, I'm like, yo, can I go to the theaters now and watch it? I just want to just see it just come out with the wings in space and everything just flapping. I'm like, bro, let's go.
I know. That's gonna be fire.
Yeah, they got a so YouTube has a trailer of it, showing the artwork, and the artwork looks more like, almost like, how do I explain this? Like, it's a little bit like it's more polished. It still has that old still that same style we used to watch it, but it's like it's more polished. Like it looks more smooth and polished. I was like, oh wow, this looks nice. I was like, are we in a new Gundam series? And I was like, and didn't realize it was the 30th anniversary. So
yeah,
but it looks very beautiful. So
I think they should do that for a lot of our classics. You know,
yeah,
I mean, they, in a sense, if you want to say Dragon Ball Kai is like a, you know what I'm saying, like a, I don't want to say 4K, but it's definitely a HD version of the, you know what I'm saying, like Dragon Ball. They should do that for like almost all the classics.
Bruh, like you,
like do a 4K and then kind of reimagine or redrawn or something. You know what I'm saying, and just seeing like the visuals.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A lot more just, you know what I'm saying, like just. I feel like it will go a long way, especially for us like fans that grew up on some of these animes like Gundam Wing and stuff.
I feel like also I would love to see Yu Yu Hakusho as well, like that. Like
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I'm not none of this the live action.
Cowboy Bebop.
Definitely Cowboy Bebop. Definitely. Oh
definitely.
My god.
It will be very interesting.
Oh my god, seeing that in like 4K or more updated and stuff. Oh my god, I was so being like rewatching it all over again. I don't know how many times I would go in. I mean, you know, there's I'll bring up later in our other topic we have, but I mean, because I was gonna say Rama 1/2, but again, that's gonna be another topic we're gonna bring up in a little bit. So there's reasons behind, but yeah, but I mean, like, you know, Gundam Wing, like even I would say. Imagine seeing G Gundam like polished.
Yeah, nah, G Gundam, that would be crazy. That you know what? I would like to see it polished with the Dragon Ball Super treatment, like how Dragon Ball Super look like. You know what I'm saying? Well, okay. Not the first.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, definitely, I would agree with that 100%. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I mean, we can go down this rabbit hole and name a good list of animes. I mean, nothing wrong with it. So it's just like it's crazy, but oh my god, like it'll be so good. I can't wait. Like if they like, come on, like, Bandai Namco or ever doing the rights to all these other classics, please give us like the repolished versions of them that looks more nice and clean, 4K, HD. I don't care. Please give us these classic animes back to us. Like I'll be even happy to see like one of my old time favorite like comedy animes called Great Teacher Onizuka. I would love to see that redone. That mess is hilarious, and seeing it redone. Oh my god! I was like, oh man, y'all have a field day with this. Still stick to the original script and everything else, and go with it. So, all right. So, on speaking of Bandai Namco, there's some interesting news here we got with them. So, Bandai Namco Sony signed strategic business partnership. Yeah. Yeah, so Bandai Namco Sony signed strategic business partnership.
One more time.
Bandai Namco, it says Bandai Namco, comma, Sony signed strategic business partnership. This is going to be interesting. Sony also.
So, what do you think this consists of? What do you think this consists of? What do you think this is going to be?
Let's see. I feel like it's more going to focus more on the like the anime side of things. I don't know. Game wise, I highly doubt. Anime side, I can maybe see the reason why. But again, like I said, we don't like it. It can go so many different directions with Sony.
Do you think something's already in the works? Like, what anime do you think they would push?
The only one I can think of, and I can and because of the fact of why we're talking about this, my only guess is because with them, there are two names I can think of. I definitely one has got to be Gundam, hands down. That's one thing I can think of in my head, because with that situation, and then not to mention, I can think of the only franchise I can think of, maybe, and this is just me speculating. I'm just guessing here. I'm going to say the Digimon series. I'm going to go with Digimon series for some reason.
Okay.
Like I said, I mean, it's literally more going to be focused on the anime side of things. Gundam, I definitely can see why, because of like how much like Gundam has the love of it whatsoever. And I always say Digimon because with Pokemon and Digimon, like kind of two different companies, two different genres, kind of the same concept, but just different in their own entity. Even though Digimon's not getting the much love that what Pokemon has, but again, with that new game that's coming out from for Digimon, that's I believe it's the middle of October, I believe. So I feel like they're trying to see how that works out. But again, this is Namco. This is Bandai Namco, and they pretty much have their hands on not only those two games, but you also have the Tales series, like Tales of Arise and Tales of the Abyss and all this other stuff. Like, there's a lot to add on to the list of what they have. Especially, I think, what's that one game that's coming out? I think it's that Super Robot Wars. I think it's coming out too. I think it's next month, I believe. Yeah, it should be like next month. But yeah, it's a lot. So Bandai Namco has their hands on a lot of stuff, but to have Sony actually doing some partnership with it, especially in the anime form. Like, I don't know all the animes that Bandai Namco has, but I know Gundam is one, the Digimon series is another, and there's a few others I can't think of my head, but I feel like that's where it could lead.
I think, honestly, it could be some stuff that we're not even thinking of, like not even existing animes. It could be like some brand new stuff, or under the, like under the radar anime situations, or, whatever. But I really think, to be honest, knowing Sony, most likely it probably will have something to do with maybe a streaming service.
There's that too. I mean,
because I don't see them like actually making this partnership for anime. I business wise, I think that makes more sense. Them doing a partnership is definitely like app or streaming service type things. So the properties that they own, they can put their stuff directly on their own, like streaming service and stuff like that. And that includes, like you said, Gundam, but that also includes think of the other properties that they have underneath their rosters. They do have Supers. They do have, or Dragon Balls. They do have other Shonen Jump
that's right.
animes on their stuff. So you know what I'm saying? Like they would definitely profit better, and as a business, just you know what I'm saying, just my theory or whatever. As a business move like that sounds like that would be a great idea to do a streaming service. You know what I'm saying, of their own. Because like as of right now, we only have over here in the U.S. maybe 1 or 2 streaming services that's totally dedicated to animes and stuff like that. So that will put another one right there on the map, and it's already got some popular animes. So you really don't even got to sell too much.
Exactly, which makes sense. I mean, yeah, I can definitely see it being that case, like I said. But we'll have to see. We will have to see in the coming coming weeks, months, years. We don't know. We'll see. So,
definitely.
Yeah. So I'll definitely keep more tabs on this to see what's going on, because this could be something big, or it could be something not too big, or it could be something just we don't care. You never know. So, all right. Let's see. So next news, still staying on the theme of the Gundam. So we have something else, some new stuff with Gundam. So Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blood Orphans. I guess it's a new title. I don't know what name this is, but something Euro Hunt anime opens in theaters in Japan on October 30. Wow, on Halloween, on October 31st. So yeah, I guess there's another I guess there's another Iron Blood Orphans movie coming out that's in Japan. So this is one of the Gundams that I kind of had a hard time getting into, because it was not because it wasn't the whole Gundam Wing or G Gundam or any of that, or Double O or anything else. I think this was this own storyline. When I think that kind of bothered me was I think the main character, and it was weird because I was like, why is this main character you could see his the way how his back was shaped. It was more of you can see his spine really badly. I was like, what the heck? And it was weird, and I think it was something to do with the Gundams. I don't know all the details, but I think it was either the Gundams were cursed or couldn't apply. I couldn't really remember the story, but that's how much I don't really not say care about it, just didn't know about it, because I tried to give it a chance, and story was kind of I kind of get it, but I kind of don't get it. It was its own entity, but it was just I mean, it's one of those animes. There's I want to give it a chance. I want to give it a shot. I may actually dive back into it one day and see what it's all about to kind of get an idea. But apparently the film's going to be coming out in Japan. I guess a new one on October 31st on Halloween. So we got that coming up. Let's see. Let's go for maybe 1 or 2 more. Let's see. Besides, go ahead.
Oh, real quick. So, Pokemon, what is this called? Because we're gonna talk about it tomorrow over
the Sandstorm show.
The Stormcast tomorrow. But what is this thing called? Doggone it! Hold on. Look this up real quick. Pokemon Kinto. What they showed off on the Pokemon Direct recently. So it's evidently there's a theme park or something like that, or a piece of a theme park. And basically you'll go in there and if you've seen the Pokemon Direct, you know what I'm talking about. But it raises the idea if they have this section for Pokemon, and then their whole catchphrase is you'll be able to interact with the Pokemon and see this habitat of Pokemon and your favorite Pokemon and where you can, you know what I'm saying, I guess see them, collect them, interact with them, stuff like that. How would this look like? Basically, this is a thing that had me and Sandstorm's gears churning. Okay, when you go through the park, Like, how you gonna be able to see it? I don't want no animatronics and people up in costumes. Like, how you gonna be able to see it? And then one
That's a very good
thing
question.
that we was saying, like, is it gonna be like or is it gonna be like somehow they do a hologram? Is it gonna be like a Pokemon Go where you had to go in there with your phone and you know what I'm saying? You see, like how is this actually gonna like pop off? And I think the best thing that Sandstorm and I both were saying will probably be the VR, AR, whatever. I don't know how to do that, but if they do some type of, it's gonna be interesting. It's because like when they said it and they announced it, it's like they said it, but it was like, dang, that sound hard, but dang, how that's gonna work? Because Pokemon ain't real.
Exactly. I'm like I don't like you don't see me doing it, but like I'm scratching my head, like just mentally scratching my head. I'm like, how would that even work?
Exactly, because that's like, almost like having a Digimon park or something like that, and you know, it's like how are you gonna see the Digimon? Like I don't want no animatronics. Like I said, no animatronics. Nobody walking around in costumes and all this other stuff. I mean, well, okay, you're going to have a mascot walking around in costumes. I mean, obviously, but I don't want that to be the quote-unquote Pokemon interaction that they were talking about. You know what I'm saying? I want to see, like, feels of like, Pikachu's over in the, you know what I'm saying, over in the corner and stuff like that in this section or, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like if you were to be actually, like in the games, and you know those what do they call those joints where they keep them like a stable, like when you have the Pokemons in like one area. What is that called? I forgot what it's called.
I don't even remember in my head.
But basically, just we need more explanation on how this is gonna work, and it's just basically just kind of got our gears going, and we're like, the only way that I can actually see something being just that fun would probably be a VR or you know, some kind of hologram type situation.
I think that would make more sense, honestly.
Yeah, but to have an actual whole park is like blowing my mind.
Like
you have this whole area and spaces. Yeah, like this space, like this big space of this park over there in Japan, and it's like, oh man, I'm like, if y'all do this, I wonder if it's a test to what y'all can do over in the Nintendo land.
That
if they were to be able to put a Pokemon part over there in Nintendo land.
That would be the only thing we can think of.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, like hopefully they bring that over there, because I think a lot of us would, if you're not a Nintendo fan, like a Super Nintendo, just super fanboy or whatever like that, a lot of y'all still like Pokemon, and y'all grew like that's in every generation from the 90s on down to like now. That Pokemon has been in all of our culture, so we all love Pokemon. So like, to bring it over here to America, having some kind of park, whatever the idea is over there, and y'all use that as a test run, and then y'all perfect it, get it going, and then bring it over to the Universals. Man, that honestly will boost the Nintendo part of the Universal parks. Yeah, that will boost that up tremendous. I can see that being overly packed for no all year round.
I definitely see it too. Man, you know the price is gonna go up after that. You know it. They'll be like, oh, time to make some money. Let's bring up the prices here. Let's go.
Well, you know what's funny is it already has. Like what's crazy is I looked on online the other day, and I was looking at, you know, prices on going to like the newer park, and I was like, from 3 years ago, that price went tremendously up, and I was like, then it gives you like the price. It also gives you the price of like if you was a Florida resident or whatever like that, how it would be a lot cheaper. But even with that went up, and I was like, ooh, per ticket, that's an arm and a leg, buddy.
I don't want to go that route. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, definitely, we gotta definitely keep tabs on that and see what the game plan is for that, because that definitely sounds interesting. But again, it's still a head scratcher. Pause. So yeah. So the other news I have here, which is something I really have not been paying attention to the manga before, but I have been following the anime, which I might need to get into this because so there's an anime called The Misfits of Demon King Academy. So this anime's been out for a while. I believe we already have both seasons 1 and 2 with season 1 and season 2 part 1 and 2. So we have them already in play. So basically the light novel is now entering its final arc. So we get volume 17 basically shipped out on August 8th. So basically, if you guys have not been actually have not read the light novel or have watched the anime, definitely be prepared because we're now be going to this final arc, which I don't know what to expect, but there's still a lot of questions need to be answered after finishing the anime. And I mean, literally, there's still questions need to be answered. And I do like this anime, and I like the pacing it went, but it does have this like funny. It has its funny moments, but there's moments where it's like, bruh, you deserved it. You deserve to get your like butt kicked or whatever the heck you did because you know you're wrong and everything else. So there's a lot of things you kind of have to pay attention to, which is hilarious. So, but to find out about this light novel is actually getting to its final end, which I mean, once this arc ends, we finally make it the next or last anime coming out for it to see it being concluded and be done. So I'm actually looking forward to it and see what they bring to the table. So I'll keep you guys posted and let you know when it's finished. If we do get a trailer for this anime for season 3, hey, let's go for it. All right. So final notes. We're gonna be looking at the final. See what the scores are looking at so far with some of these new animes is out. What's been going on? So the list is actually looking nicely whatsoever. Let's see. I'm just gonna name a few off the list. Some of these we actually have seen trailers for and everything else. So Call of Night Season 2 is at a 4.7, which is good so far. Because again, I still haven't watched Season 1. I still need to get it, especially since Creepy Nuts Paul's is actually still doing the opening ending to Season 1 and the opening to Season 2. So, yeah. And it continues where it left off, so nice. I'm actually happy that it's still holding strong with this. Dun 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 Season 2 is at a 4.4, which is good. Being where they're at right now, let's see. So I don't say the whole entire thing. I just usually just say the Seven Prince. Is Season 2. Basically, it's at a 3.8. I can see why, and I'm not getting mad about it because a lot of people don't really know about this, but it is the second season and it is hilarious, and people just think it's just eye candy, but in reality it is, and it's not at the same time. But I like the story for where it goes, especially a kid that's actually who loves magic and basically becomes overpowered and finds ways to create magic and just beat the crap out of people as a kid, as the seventh prince. So it's kind of hilarious. Hell Teacher is, which I believe is actually is a remake. So Hell Teacher is at a 4.1, which I'm still trying to figure out how and where I can watch this because I do want to see this anime. This is actually one of my lists I want to check out. So I will kind of keep look and everything else. I guess next time I do Noonami, if I find out where I can watch it, I may post it on X. So definitely check it out on there. If not, I may make an announcement on next Noonami for that one. Let's see. Shield Hero Season 4 is at 4.2, which I'm happy for. I'm happy about that. Let's see. Where is this? Sakamoto Days Season, the second half is out. 3.7 is there. Where I still need to try to watch this anime. Sora the Demon Hunter, which was actually part of the spring season, which we're still going. Is at a 3.8 for that one. That I forgot I was watching that one. The Ugly Mug Epic Hero, which is hilarious. I can see why the score is 2.2. I can see the reason why, and it kind of makes sense. But I find it hilarious in a way. So it's entertaining. It's entertaining in a way, but it's also understanding for the score because the main character is an ugly salesman. Salesman with an ugly face. He gets a chance at a second life, being reincarnated, and so they gave him these options to oh, like if you do this and do that, like we can give you these stats and everything. So they gave him the choice to like you can actually make like when you want to adjust how you want to make your character look. So he puts the points instead of like being like a normal 0 or like you just say like point or plus 10 or whatever to like either make you look more like a handsome person. So he puts negative 255 to make him look like ugly as crap. Look, well, not just ugly, make him look ugly and fat. And then, but also become like the almighty, but also be an overpowered person at the same time. So it's hilarious in its own way, but there's a part that even makes it funny because they have the thing called special notes. So he types in these special notes saying that, oh, like if a girl actually touched me whatsoever, I'd lose like half my freaking experience points. And I was like, what the? I was like, are you really gonna put? It's like he thinks everything was a joke, but in reality, it's the truth. So then he sees a girl, and the girl actually touches him, so he loses like half his like experience points or skill points or whatever. I was like, wow, why would you do that? It's like you're an idiot. Because the second and third episode made it funny because there's a girl in there. She was like, and it's funny. She's like, oh, I had put like because if you minus the points of like how you look, you get like an exponential amount of skill points. So it's just like the kind of penalty. So she was like, oh, I'll put mine at number 10, you know, but it's like make her look ugly. But then she put in the special notes like, I want to make myself look pretty while actually having the minus 10 or 20 like trying to look ugly. And he gets mad. He's like, I could have freaking done that. I'm like, yeah, that's what special notes for, you dummy. So he felt real stupid. I was like, wow, that just made my day better. So it has its funny moments. I do like where the third episode ended, so I'm actually curious how they're still gonna play out. So this don't come out, I think it's Sunday it don't come out. So I definitely want to see how this next episode will play out because it left us with a cliffhanger. So there's that. There should be, I'm trying to see if they actually, oh, there we go. I was wondering where this is. I know this is in here. To Be Hero X is on the list. We see here. It's at a 4.0 right now. So we're holding on strong. My Dress Up Darling season 2 is at a 4.4. The second season to Radicule Does Not Dream of Santa Claus is at a 4.0, which I'm actually happy for. It's one of those things you gotta pay attention. Kaiju number 8 season 2 is at a 4.0, which is good. We should respect that no matter what. And the last but not least, before we go into our actual main topic, one of the two main topics is going to be, there it is, Clevatess. Clevatess is, and again, I may be saying it wrong, so please don't butcher me, don't chop my head off or anything else, pause. So I'm just letting you know, I'm not the greatest of that. So, but the anime Clevatess is actually at a 4.4. So I'm actually very happy for this score. So, okay. But yeah, so any of these, anything you like, these news that you saw and like to hear about, let us know in the comments down below and go from there. So let's get into our main topic. As I said before, we're going to actually look at the trailer of why I brought up Clevatess as the score of the 4.4. We're going to look at the trailer real quick as a recap so we all know what this is, what we're getting ourselves to before we go into it. And then I'll go into the topic of why we bring up these two. So let's get into the trailer first real quick. As normally we usually do trailers at the end, but we're going to go straight into this right now. So let me see, let's move this up here and bring this over. There we go. All right, so right, can you hear that? All right, so let me mute my mic just in case I don't pick up. So here we go.
貴様がハイデンの王だな。魔獣をクレバテス。答えよ。なぜ我が死を望んだ。獣には理解できまい。我が四大魔獣。エドセアの南の果てを滑る月光のクレバテス。我はクレバテス、人族すべてを殺すと決めた。この赤き至高の鋼とその誇りに誓って奴を必ず倒す。
You'll always be my heart. I ain't an iron lord. 勇者の称号を得た者に託される伝説の武器。
この後も我が地を脅かすというのであれば一度確かめてみねばなるまい。
なんだその姿。こやつに我に人の世界を歩くには長いる。我は来る、ウヌはルナだ。これが勇者としての私の最後の使命だ。テレビアニメ「クレバテス」魔獣の王と赤子と屍の勇者、7月より放送開始。ルナのクソは洗い流せたかと聞いている。そこ拭き残してる。もっと丁寧に。力を入れすぎだ。赤くなってる。指の間もちゃんとやれ。今度は力の
中身があれなくせにいちいち細かい。
本当に綺麗なのであろうな。
こいつは私のママ母か。
Alright, so that is the trailer for the anime we're checking out and we'll be talking about. So, first off, again, when we first saw this trailer, and I may have to get copyright because of the music, and I do like the opening song, it's actually dope, I love it, especially the ending song too. I ended up finding out the ending song is actually, I think it's like Emily Gomez, I think, I forget the name, I may say the name incorrectly, but she does this ending song, I forgot one of the songs she knows. But she's got this song called Destiny, which is actually the ending song, which is actually very beautiful, and I like it a lot. Definitely check out the opening ending song for that. But we're not getting the ending song until I end up finding out we're not getting the ending song for that until September 8th. I was like, are you serious? We gotta wait this long? But this the anime's gonna be done by the time we get this ending song. It makes me mad. But anyways, but yeah, we actually saw this is actually trailer number 2 for this. We actually saw trailer 1, so we were super confused with this anime because we didn't know what to expect, what this is all about, and everything else. But now that the fact that we are, like I said, 5 episodes in technically. Well, episode 1 is an hour long. All the stuff you've seen, all the scenes with all the soldiers and everything else, that's episode 1. That's literally completely with the first maybe no more than 10 minutes into the anime. You see these soldiers, see what happens, and I'm not going to go into straight details, but things happen. So a lot of things you see, majority in there is mostly it's kind of bits and pieces of episode 1, but it does show introduce some characters. We'll get those characters later down the road, but for what we get Kravis. He's the the magical beast, I think it's one of the 4 magical legendary magical beasts. And he's one of those people that's I want to know why these people have these swords. What are these swords? Why are they here to kill me? What's the deal? Everything else. And
hey, real quick, say that one more time because you actually cut out. I couldn't hear you for a minute.
Okay. So what I was saying is that basically Kravis is actually one of the 4 legendary beasts. I believe is one of them. Or no, he is one of them. I think it's 4 and maybe more. I have to look at it again. But so he's trying to figure out why these 13 soldiers have these red weapons. Don't know why, don't know what's going on, but it's supposed to be used to kill the legendary beasts.
Okay.
I will say this now, they all fail. He literally obliterate them in less than a second. Because of the fact of his ability, as being one of the legendary beasts, he has the ability of the shadows. So we're not talking about Shadow the what's the name of the anime I think in my head? Eminence of the Shadows. We're not thinking Eminence of the Shadows, although it's much as I'm still waiting for the movie for that. But anyways, that's on that time. But yeah, so it's very interesting how it comes about because during so far the anime and still early into the anime, he basically decimates a whole kingdom on his own. Destroys it, kills the king, the whole 9 yards. Basically, a lady comes up that's basically on her deathbed. Basically, has a child. The child is crying, and the lady had asked the magical beast to save this child. So now you're going through the ordeals of seeing him being in a human form with half of with his power still being hiding his identity, to do something a little different than normal. I'm not going to tell you what he's going to do. You definitely need to check it out. But I do like I do like the pacing of it, and I do like the story behind it, and I do like the characters, the characters whatsoever. Because the funny thing is that out of all the 13 heroes, one is actually being technically reincarnated, but basically using his blood. And the only reason why she not say reincarnated, just came back from the dead, is because you have this child who's a baby, and a baby needs milk. So there's a reason behind it. And then Crevice finds out that, like, okay, so you don't produce milk. It's like, well, I never had a child. I'm freaking and you know, I say this, she's like, I'm a virgin. I'm like, yeah, like, so they go. So the first 4 episodes are the first, say 5, because like I said 4, the first episode is literally an hour long. So we get to see the build up of the characters, everything else. We get to learn about, you know, Crevice's actual main objective, why he has this child. You find out the character who he brings back from the dead is trying to figure out why he has this child, and it slowly builds up, and then it gets really good. I actually do like the anime for what it is, because I think 2, 3, and 4, like, this is the one time, like, super early into it, is that I actually felt sorry for one specific character, because we get introduced to a character who will be the baby's wet nurse. And because we end up finding out her backstory, and, like, because they give us the details of the backstory, and, like, how, you know, why she's here, where she's at right now, and everything else, and how she's the only one who can actually bring, you know, kind of feed the children, you know, milk and stuff like that, you know, all this stuff like that. But at the same time, there's also things happening in the place as well, because each person, so Crevice has the child, and then the person he brings back from the dead is going through her ordeal, because they end up finding out she's one of the legendary heroes. And there's a sword that they want her to get that's basically at the bottom of the lake that actually has a mythical beast. Yeah, it gets nuts and gory and everything else, but it does have its sad moments, and I really felt sorry for the Pacific character. So this is one. So I definitely do recommend people to definitely check it out for being 4 episodes in quotations. I really do recommend it. It's definitely well worth to watch. I'm not gonna lie, and I don't know if we're getting 24 or going to be 12 episodes. If we're going to get a part 2 or anything else, definitely check it out. It's definitely what it is. So definitely, Vito, this should be something up your alley. You might actually want to check out as well. So,
all right.
You know, just you know, you can, you know, don't try to, like, I'm not saying go right away and watch it. Just like take and watch it at your pace. Like I said, the first episode is 1 hour. It's 1 complete hour. Look how it is.
Yeah.
So definitely.
Which I pretty much, for the most part, do have a nice little pacing. Anyway, so yeah, I definitely take my time on it.
So I definitely want to, like, give this anime a really good highlight. As much, like, you know, we got Kaiju number 8 and The Rise of Shield Hero season 4, and all of them definitely gets the love and the hype and everything else. But this one definitely has more my attention than, I hate to say it, more than Shield Hero. As much as I do like the pacing where it's at right now with Shield Hero, I mean, I'm definitely ready for this next episode. I really am. I want to see this fight. I do want to see this fight, and I do want to know more about the Cubs. But this one really sold me the most, because of the fact of, one, you give me an hour episode for the first episode. Like, you're giving us so much information, so much, like, introductory to this anime. Because 30 minutes is usually where you can get it right or you can get it wrong, where you may have to get a second episode to basically fill in the blanks. But this one really answered, like, the starting point, what to expect, what we're getting ourselves into, who, what are what. It's like character building, basically. You basically started nice little character building and set the stage and what to expect and what's going on. Like, you answered questions to what's up with the Red Swords. You answered the question to what is Crevice's main objective? Why? Who is his baby? Like, what's the concept of it? It's like you're getting all these answers in a complete 1 hour episode. And then as you go, you literally are like, boom, here we go. This is what we got. This is what we're getting ourselves in. This is like now setting up the next set of characters to set the stage for what's happening next. So definitely one. I definitely recommend this as one of the animes on my list to check out. So
all right.
So
definitely.
now, yep, it is actually on Crunchyroll. It is definitely on there.
All right.
So definitely check that out. So now on to our second topic, and this is actually why we're bringing up Crevice, but we're bringing up a different reason. So I have a big gripe with Netflix right now. I really do. I hate to say this. So this is technically feel like it's going to be a rant, but there's a reason behind why I have a problem with this. Now, granted, as much we have all these different platforms, we got Crunchyroll, we have High Dive, we have Hulu, we have Netflix, we have all these different platforms to watch anime. What's going on? Like I said, I still don't know where let's say Hell Teacher is. I'm still trying to figure out what platform that's on, and I'm going to be doing some research to figure out where it is. But the only reason why I have a gripe with Netflix is because, yes, like, I don't really watch anime on Netflix because I get all my stuff on Crunchyroll or High Dive. Like, they're the main two I actually aim at. I'll give Hulu some credit because there are certain stuff that's on there, like Go-Go Loser Rangers on there, where I know we have season 2 and it's already been finished. So I have not finished season 1 yet. So I think I was only like 2 or 3 episodes in, I think, on that one. But I mean, I'll give it credit, but again, I'm not really as on Hulu as much like that as well. And I know Disney Plus is now doing their whole anime situation too, because it is partnered with Hulu. Because we do have the Bleach series, the 1,000-Year War. We have that on there as well. But Netflix has this thing where you're giving us certain animes, like, and this was something I said back when I said, when we started doing the Icebreaker, or no, not Icebreaker, when we're talking about the classic animes being redone, was over. Take Rama 1/2. I was hoping Rama 1/2 would be like on Crunchyroll or High Dive, one of the two, which is perfectly fine. But to Netflix have it is kind of like, why? I mean, Rama 1/2 is a great anime. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against it. It's just that why is it on Netflix? It's like it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. So
yeah. But
then you also have like the stuff that's on Crunchyroll is on Netflix. Like I know you, Vito, you actually watch Dragon Ball Daima on, I think it's Netflix, correct? Okay.
No, I watched it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah, because I remember.
I mean, it was at first. It was on. I did watch that, but then it was like, it was behind. Evidently, it was like a week behind or something like that, which was like, okay, that defeats the purpose.
Exactly, and that's one of the things. It's like you're always gonna get one. You're always gonna get one of 2 or 3 things. One is always gonna be either be behind on what we're getting out now. So if we're getting episode 1, we're not getting episode 1 on that until like next week, where we're already on episode 2. There's that. The second is that they'll release them all at once. Like we'll have to wait till they be released all at once, and just be in subtitles, okay. Or they'll do the exact same thing and just release it in English dub. When it's like, why? Like just leave it as it is. So it's kind of like we're playing the wait game, where it's like the anime's out, but why do we have to wait? So. Yeah. The reason why I bring this up is because there's an anime that's supposed to be out, and I'm looking at my shout out to enemies schedules.net, especially these guys. I definitely like this site. It's been one of my favorites to keep tabs of what animes come out, what episodes, and do I like it, do I not like it, different things like that. Just like a little, not like a poll, but it's like gives you an idea of like, hey, I can see in the future what animes come out. It's like, to watch it, I'm watching it, or is it complete? Am I done with this? Different things like that. So Sunday, every Sunday, there's an anime comes out, and I was hoping Crunchyroll gets. So the anime is actually called, and I've been reading this manga, and it's getting better and better as we go. And this is why I say something about the Netflix show, because this is one of the animes that's basically being trapped in jail from Netflix, because this anime is supposed to be out already for the summer. We're not getting this anime until so Japan already has it out, but we're not getting it until September 7th, which makes me mad. So the anime is is one of my, I'm all around the board anime person when it comes to anime. I'm always like drama, action, what's up. So this is like a drama anime, and this is one I've been reading. I'm still reading and loving it as it's still going, and I definitely been waiting for this anime because it was originally supposed to come out in the spring, but it got pushed back to the summer, and now we're not getting it until September. And Netflix has it, and they have it trapped, and they're going to release all the episodes with English dub on the 7th, which I'm like, why? The anime is called The Fragrant, and I may butcher this name because I'm like saying this name, the second part. The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. This anime is one I have been very anticipated. I am mad that Netflix have it. This is the reason why I'm mad. This is why I have a gripe with it. Why are you trapping this anime that should have been out? And why do we have to wait until September? Japan has it already. We can watch, I'm trying to find a way to watch this without having to wait for Netflix. We're already going on the 3rd episode. And I don't like that. And I prefer to watch it right here, right now, and be done. And anticipate the next episode. Because my whole thing is like, if I'm not mistaken, the animes I know that are literally on Netflix that I can watch on Crunchyroll, like I said, Dragon Ball Daima, what's that one I love so much? I gotta watch season 2. The Apothecary Diary the Apothecary Diary series itself, season 1 and 2 are actually, I think, season 2 season 2 is done. I don't know if it's done off of Netflix because I haven't checked.
Yeah.
What's another one I'm thinking in my head? There's a few other ones in my head, but I just can't think of all of them. But I know those are the top 2. Same thing, like I said, with Rama 1/2. We're getting the second half or second season of Rama 1/2. And Rama 1/2, I believe, has, I want to say, I don't quote me on this. I'm trying to remember. I believe there's like 6 seasons, I think, of Rama 1/2. Plus, you have the OVAs and you have the movies too. Yeah, I don't know how long I don't know how they're gonna pull that up. It's like you're gonna have to literally take it out and just bring it in there. Pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught myself. What's another one I'm thinking? So there's that, and then you also had I got you. Yeah, so that's just how it is. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly, I don't know why Netflix has a I don't know what they doing with whoever owns these animes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever they doing, they got the ish end of the stick. Because I'm looking at how Hulu does their stuff, right? And it's literally on point. It's on time.
It's just the only problem we have is that it just separates have it as the same episodes with English and dub and sub. We just have the same. That's the only problem. But it's not. It's annoying, but it's not as bad.
And I hate that because they don't they put it's the same episode, but it's a different thumbnail, so you think it's like a new episode, and you're like, Hulu, it's the same episode. Why did you do that? I mean, granted, we gotta look at the title, but y'all sit up here and kind of clickbait us.
Exactly.
And watching that episode twice if you watched the sub already. It's and it takes maybe about 2 weeks, maybe, or a week before the English dub comes out or whatever. So then, of course, okay, you're not watching the English dub anyway, but you're watching the sub. And you're trying to get to that next episode, so you're thinking, oh yeah, automatically, that's it right there. Boom. No, it's not.
Exactly.
Dang, Hulu. But yeah, that's the only great that Hulu. But they're on point.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying? They be on point. So my thing is, what is it that Netflix is not doing? What are they not doing? Like, why are they getting it so late? Why are they getting stuff so late? And then on top of that, certain, like you said, certain animes. Why are you getting the whole like we gotta wait for the whole season already kind of be out already on Crunchyroll? Then you put it on your platform.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. It's like you have it's something with it has to do something with probably some partnerships maybe. I don't know.
It's like,
That is and I think a lot of it has to do with Disney.
you know what? If we're going that theory, I mean, hey, I'm all for this. I mean, I don't mind digging through this rabbit hole with this one. It's like
Just because Disney owns, and I think they've always owned Hulu.
Yeah.
That was their other company. You know what I'm saying? That was their streaming like company. Like that was the parent. They're the parent company for Hulu because like, I think Hulu was coming off of like when it first came out, it had a lot of ABC stuff, and people didn't know that ABC was owned by Disney at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people don't even realize how much Disney is like Universal when it comes down to like, all right, so you know how Universal has like the music aspect, like everything that has something to do with music, Universal got their hands in. Disney got their hands in a lot of the streaming stuff. So of course I didn't realize how much Disney has, but they literally have like some kind of deal with like toy animation, all this other stuff, where it's coming through their companies and stuff like that. And by Netflix not being a part of that circle, I think that's why they getting that
in the stick kind of treatment. The
Yeah,
story in the
short
stick
end.
situation or
Yeah.
treatment. Yeah,
Yeah.
it may.
That's just
I
my
mean,
theory.
I mean, and I agree with you with that because that's what it feels like. It's like all of a sudden it's like we're just getting this stuff, and it's like why? Like what the hell? What's going on here? You know, it really is. So I mean, like the enemies we have, they're great enemies. They're great names and whatsoever, and we all been anticipate these. But why put them on Netflix? It just makes no sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Yeah.
but all right, man. But yeah.
All right, bro.
So we go from there. But yeah, so video gotta check out. You know, we'll catch him next time. See ya.
Peace.
Yep. So, but yeah, so that's really kind of like how I feel with that situation and everything else. It's one of those things where Netflix is actually having this thing, and I don't understand why. That's why I'm very mad about this specific anime, and I've been really anticipating it. So, I mean, I do agree with Vito on it and everything else. So it's one of those things that something's up with Netflix, and I don't know what's going on. So, I mean, there are a good amount of animes on that list that I do want to check out, and I just haven't. But it's just I don't have time. I'm not super committed like to Netflix like I am when it comes to like I am with Crunchyroll and High Dive. Like High Dive, I go in on a couple of times because if Crunchyroll don't have it, High Dive have it, and if High Dive doesn't have it, Crunchyroll has it. But if either two don't have it, then the next guest is going to be Hulu, and if Hulu doesn't have it, it's literally going to be Netflix. Sometimes some of the stuff is actually on was it on YouTube, and I'm very surprised by that. So that's why I say again, definitely shout out to Anime Schedules. They definitely do have the list. They actually tell you what streaming. They also even tell you where the streaming platforms they're on too. So it makes my life a little bit easier. But yeah, I'm just not happy with my favorite anime on Netflix and had to wait till September 7th. So, but yeah, so if you guys actually did like the topic we had basically about Clevatess, and again, like I said, I may say this name wrong, so please don't bite my head off. Everything else, I do apologize. Pause. Or that, and especially about the whole Netflix thing. I know this was not the whole super long conversation because I know there was some stuff happening and things going on. And I do need to check here, make sure he's okay. He's knocked out. But yeah, definitely leave a comment down below. I'll actually have thumbnails sent you guys. I mean, the timestamps and whatsoever, and go from there. Other than that, guys, let's get into our trailers. I have a total of, let me see, make sure I got the number here, because besides Clevatess, this actually just was a bonus, even though we already seen this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 1 teaser and 4 trailers, so we got 5 total. So let's go ahead and check out these trailers and what's over. So let's see, let's go in. So our first trailer, let me get into this right now. This is over to boom. All right, so our first trailer we're gonna be checking out is called The Darwin Incident. So let's see. I'm gonna turn this up and let's go for it.
Humanji, 君は特別だよ。
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Not very long, very short, but very easy to understand. I'm not gonna lie. Make sure my mic's up. Yeah. So this kind of gives me a bit of Planet of the Apes vibes, because this is the Darwin incident. So basically half human, half chimpanzee kind of situation. I definitely do get like I said, the Planet of the Apes vibe easily, hands down. Although it's super short of a trailer, a teaser pretty much, but it definitely gave me those vibes, something more up to date. It does say it's coming out in 2026, January of 2026. So definitely, I will keep more eyes on this a little more if we get a little bit more of a trailer. Definitely, we will check. I will definitely show you guys if we get it, and we'll go into more details, and maybe Vito and Sandstorm can kind of put in their opinion of that. I think this is going to be something they may want to check out, especially being a teaser. Other than that, on to our next trailer here. I believe we have. Let me see. What is the next trailer? All right. The next trailer is basically called "The Dark History of the Reincarnation." The Dark History of the Reincarnation Villainous. So here we go.
この場面知ってる？投獄される展開。呼ばれる名前も私を指してる。間違いない。私転生してる！このままじゃ私死んじゃうよ！この先生き残るには詳しい設定を思い出さなければ。私はあなたのお姉ちゃんなんだから、あなたが笑うためなら何だってしてあげる。マジ天使じゃん！
オーアルコノハ様に何かあったら、俺はそいつを殺さずにはいられなかったでしょう。
近づくな殺人鬼！
大丈夫だ。必ず助けてみせるから。命に変えても。
メインヒーローギノフォード！僕の前ではありのままのイアナでいてほしい。こんなやついたっけ？
ローズ王国ハイドランジア隊所属副隊長シャノー・クレマチス警察です。
ものすごい悪意を感じる。イアナとこうして過ごせるなんて本当に嬉しいな。
私があなたを見極めるので勝手に死なれては困ります。ソルが負けることはないと。
あいつは僕が始末してあげるからね。
伯爵令嬢が盗み聞きか。今すぐ事情聴取だ。
私のバカ！これは私の黒歴史の中で私が作り上げた世界。現実の私にとって空想でも、そこに生きるキャラクターにとっては全て現実になるだなんて。私が考えた運命の物語、私が今書き直せ！テレビアニメ「転生悪女の黒歴史」2025年放送開始。
All right. So, as I'm watching this trailer, it's actually getting very interesting. I'm like, wow, this is another one of those. It's like, I feel like it's one of those reincarnated as a villain. Like, as many enemies we have so far with the villain, kind of like someone getting reincarnated as a villainess. Let me see. The one that sticks out the most when it comes to looking at this one was, which one was it? It's not, it's kind of like a mixture of two animes in my head. I know, I can't remember the name in my head. It's called like, I know it's like All Roads Leads to Doom. Let me go to Crunchyroll real quick because I can't remember the name of it. It's not so. It's kind of like a mix. It's actually a mixture of three in my head. Let me see if I type in villainous. Let's see. Not villain. Okay, so it's not Villainous 99. Okay, I think I see some. Let's see. Let me look at this. The names I'm looking at, because there's a couple animes that have Villainous. So the ones that sticks out to most to me when I look at this, it's My Next Life. Okay, I think it's this one here. So I can get the names right, because these are two I'm thinking, 2 or 3 I'm thinking in my head. Yeah, these 3. So the 3 that sticks in my mind when I look at this, it's actually really sticks to my mind. It's basically the next life. My Next Life as a villainess. All roads lead to doom. That's one that's kind of sticks in my head. The second one is I become the villainess who goes down in history, which is the second one. And the third one, the mixture part, because of certain pieces I catch in my head that what I saw was I'm in love with the villainess. And all 3 of them, let's see. Yeah, all 3 of them are basically have the same concept where basically some person gets dies and reincarnated as a villainess and whatsoever. And it's funny. The only difference is with I'm in love with the villainess is that the person who dies is actually the heroine who is in love with the villainess. That's the only funny twist, which is actually good anime. So yeah, those are 3 that kind of sticks to me with this one, and it was kind of interesting. I was like, huh, why I get these 3 animes? Because I'm seeing certain specific like pieces pop in whatsoever. So I'm definitely going to kind of keep a lookout on this. I want to see a little bit more, although I think I have an idea because this is the second trailer, so I think that might be it. So it looks interesting. So I don't know if this is going to be one on my list to check out, but I mean, I am kind of like a sucker for like the villainous character changing their mind. Like, how to explain this? I'm a big sucker for reincarnating for isekai situations, just depending on just depending on what the story is about. Like, Slime is the biggest prime example because that was what got me really into isekai. But I know there were animes way before that, like Da Hexai had isekai, like they were introducing isekai and stuff like that. But yeah, but Slime was the biggest one that really stuck to me like glue, and that's what got me into it. And I always love the concept of like that also with animes where the person who's a hero, who's supposed to be a hero, being kicked out of parties and different things like that, who actually become who was the underdog, who ends up being overpowered and stuff, and it's always become one of those situations. So, yeah. But anyways, on to our next trailer. We have, let's see. Oh yeah, this one. There. So this is one of those this is one of those isekai ones. But this one, I'll explain more details. So the anime we're gonna be checking. So the trailer, the trailer we're gonna be checking out is called "My Status as an Assassin." Obviously, it sees the hero. So here we go.
正直ずっと高揚している。物語で見たような世界に自分がいることに。
あなた何者ですの？
通りすがりの暗殺者だ。どういうことだ？俺のステータスだけが異様に高すぎる。何か気になることでも？私が教えましょうか。国王は壊れていましてね。
あなたは勇者ともてはやされている彼らがどのような犠牲の上で召喚されたのか知っていますか？
帰る前に死んでは元も子もありませんし、君が一流の暗殺者になる手助けならできますよ。
やはり俺は元の世界に帰らなければならない。だがその前にやることだ。俺は敵を撃つまで帰らない。
私にはもう帰るところはない。
俺を殺す以外に生きる道はない。
私はアキラと一緒ならどこでもいい。
大丈夫だ。俺が見ててやる。
There we go. Is it working? Oh, I hate when it does. Okay. All right. I think there we go. Sorry. Again, my mic does this thing. So for some odd reason, I still haven't figured out why it does that. So at a certain point in time during the stream, it always trying to kick my mic out to switch over to a different channel. I don't understand why it does that. I still haven't figured it out. But anyways, so yeah. So this anime. All right. So this is also one of those animes, and you gotta understand there are certain animes that I kind of find out or kind of figure. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this. There's been a lot of animes I've been waiting for, and the only reason I've been waiting for because either the name or the trailer or something, and it's always because I end up reading the manga before the anime. So this anime I am very excited for because I feel like this will be how do I explain this? What is the anime? Oh, because it's something like this, but this one is better than the other one, and it's not doing the thing where it mixes between the animation where it goes from 2D to 3D, not 3D, 3D. I think it's called Fatal. Was it Fatal Frame? I think it's called. Hold on. Something. No, let me type in frame. I can't remember the name it was called. Failure Frame. I'm sorry, that's what it was. It was Failure Frame. A lot of people didn't like Failure Frame, and I get the reasons why. And the reasons being to why people didn't like it is because it kept switching between 2D model to 3D model. And it kept doing that a lot. Like finding enemies, different things like that. It was always in the 3D model when it should have stayed in 2D. And it's like certain scenes were in 2D. And I think they kind of did that a lot. And it kind of like lost its like flair of it. Although I still watched it. I still enjoyed it. I ignored the whole 2D, 3D, and I did understand, their reasons, and I'm really on the same page with them. But I still checked it out, still finished it, because I wanted to know how far I go. Because again, I actually have read the manga for this, and I'm still kind of waiting for more stuff because there's a lot more things are happening, and I'm hoping that when they come up with the second part or season 2 or whatever for Failure Frame, I wanted to be in 2D, not in 3D, and I want to know more. But I think it's gonna be a while till we get the second part to this because the manga there's still a lot more information that needs to be told. So yeah, there's that. But as far as this anime, this one I read, I forgot what I left off, and I think I just saw the latest chapter came out, I believe, which I haven't touched yet. So I'm like, I'm maybe about 5-6 chapters, maybe 7 at the least behind. But yeah, this is definitely a really good anime to check out, and definitely at the same time, it's one of those things where it's like, I know what's going to happen. I like the story I like the pacing of the story when I read the manga, and especially it's the same concept. Your classmates actually being isekai into another world. With different powers and everything else. His is just more, he's an assassin. He's not being kicked out of a party or banned or whatsoever. It's just that he knows what's going on. He knows what's happening. He knows the deal. I have these abilities. I might as well do things my way and go that route. And yeah, so this is definitely one of those enemies I'm actually looking forward to check out. And I believe this one is coming out I believe it's the fall season. I think we're getting it. Let me see. Let me double check. I believe it's the fall season. Yeah, I think it's the fall season. I think it's October we're getting it. I believe so. Let me double check. Let's check out fall real quick to make sure. Is it? I'm looking for it real quick. Oh, can I? Sorry, I'm trying to get him adjusted. Sorry, everyone. I'm trying to get him adjusted. He's like getting super comfy. What was it called again? I believe it is part of the fall. I'm just trying to figure out where is that. Let me refresh this. I know by the cover. think, is it this one? Yep, found it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be in the fall, so it's gonna be in October. So definitely check this out. I'm definitely looking forward to it. There's a good amount of stuff that's coming in the fall. So yeah, definitely that. On to the next one. Yeah, okay. So we got 2 more trailers left. In here. Yeah, so we got all right. So on to our last 2 trailers. So we have the trailer A Wild Last Boss Appear. So I'm kind of curious on this one. So let's check it out.
最後まで粘ったのに俺のルファス。
俺ルファスになってね。
ルファス様、200年の間ずっとルファス様のご帰還をお待ちしていました。
ディーナよ、世が去った後何があったのかを教えてくれぬか。
はい、12聖典は全員健在です。ルファス様を倒した人間たちへの復讐として魔人王に加しています。
これより12聖典を集める旅に出る。バカなことをしている奴がいたら世の責任で止める。どなたが200年でどこまで成長したかこの身で試してくれる。そなたの全力世が受け止めてみせよ
う。Well, interesting. All I gotta say is that music I was playing in the background, that better be playing through every single episode, like any fight scenes whatsoever, because if we're gonna be seeing nothing like that constantly all over the place, man, let it ride. Like, I'm a sucker for like good fight scenes. I mean, I think videos on the same page, like anything with a good fight scene and everything else is like showing some complete carnage and everything else. Hey, I'm all for it. Especially got some good music over with it too. Again, I'm all for it. Let it ride. I'm gonna need this is gonna be one of those enemies like I want to check it out because like the trailer gives it the hype of what it is with the music and everything else. But a part of my brain is like I'm scared to touch it because I feel like it's gonna be one of those enemies like it's gonna be a hit and miss situation. So I feel like I need a second trailer. If not, I will check this out just because. Again, like my rules are the opening song has to be good, which is one, and then the other one is that the first episode has to catch my attention. If the first episode doesn't catch my attention, you have episode 2 to finally be the make it break it point to say, all right, let's go, or no, I'm done. So as much as like I know we're gonna see memes and clips and stuff like that on X, formerly Twitter, we're gonna see a bunch of stuff like this whatsoever. So I know it'll be like, yo, like what anime is this? I'm like, oh, it's that one anime, and then want to check it out. So it's like I'm a sucker for fight scenes. I'm a sucker for really good music and different things like that, and that's kind of like how I feel. But I mean, it is what it is. So it's hard to say. I mean, it's like I want to check it out. I may check it out and give it a shot. But again, the first two episodes has to be the make it break it point. Like episode 1 has got to be on point. Like even if it don't have that really awesome music in the background whatsoever, like the fight scene has to be on freaking point with 1 or 2 episodes. It has to be. So that's how I feel. Now on to our final trailer, and I know we all been waiting for this trailer. We all been waiting for this. So the final trailer we'll be checking out is none other than Spy Family Season 3. We have been waiting for this. We have Season 1 and 2, with Part 1 and 2 came out. We had the movie. Now we're going to Season 3. Let's see what Season 3 brings us to the table. Let's check it out.
愛すまんま。
いつ誰に見られているかわからんからな。
あーにゃ天才。お怪我はありませんか？
退学すんのはお前だ。
今こそ必殺パンチを。
なんとかしろ。見くびんなよ。先輩のために何としても任務の成功を。
いちいちロイドさん。
嫌な感じがする。
戦争なんか起きないって言ってたのに。
Really? Oh my. Oh my. I did not expect that. Okay. So, okay. Okay, so let me explain my expression from this whatsoever. So, apparently I had Spy Family as a manga to watch too. I mean, to read as well. And I was trying to see if I can kind of go back to where the last thing I remember finishing the anime and stuff for season 1 and kind of like read from there and go from there. But then season 2 came out, or part 2, season 2 or part 2 came out, and I didn't get to watch that. I kind of put it on hold. Then the movie came out. I haven't watched season 2. I haven't watched the movie. I kind of been putting them on hold and didn't realize season 3 is just around the corner, which is actually comes out in October with a couple other animes I'm kind of waiting for. But yeah, I was like, you know what? Because I had to move all my all the stuff I was reading, like how I'm reading them stuff, because I guess the site I was using kind of went down, and so they kind of use now it's a kind of like the same name, but just change words around and stuff like that. So I'm actually was going there and I'm gonna make sure I have all my animation stuff. And the last thing it showed was I was at a certain specific chapter. I was like, you know what? Let me look at this real quick. And sure enough, the ending part of the trailer of this showing like I said, I haven't watched the anime in a while and I forget some of the names. Besides Jor and Anya, I think it's Foza or something. I can't remember the name. One of the things about it is, like I said, one of the things I actually saw was I saw that picture and I was like, what is this and what's going on? So I kind of little bit sneak peek read a bit of it. And I was like, who is this kid and what's going on? And then end up finding out who the kid is. I was like, oh, okay. So we're getting a backstory now. So if you don't know and you saw at the title, if you actually saw the title before, the whole thing whatsoever, it basically says, why did the boy become Twilight? So the boy is actually who you think it is, the main character. So this is definitely going to be a great season. We get to get we're actually going to get a backstory for our main character, the father, the main story for him, his backstory, understand why he became what he is, who he works for, stuff like that. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to and everything else. But other than that, guys, that will be it for our show. I definitely appreciate you guys coming. Thank you, Vito, for actually showing up and kind of helping me out with the news and everything else. I definitely appreciate that and everything else. I know he had to go. He has some stuff with the family. Someone came in town. He had to do what he need to do, and kind of let me know what's going on. So again, he already announced about what's going on early in the show. He already announced about the Vitoverse. We actually have the topic at hand. It's actually going to be focused on San Francisco Comic-Con. I believe that will be the one. I think this is the one time I may not actually make it because we are going to be in the 1st of August. I may make his appearance. I haven't decided. It's one of those things where I got to kind of do some stuff. Family stuff got to kick in, so I got to make sure I do what I need to do and get it set up. But I'm going to let Vito know the whole plan. You may actually see me on there. I may do it. but I mean, sorry, pause. But you may see me in a different location and everything else if I actually do get on. Just kind of give you a heads up and go from there. So yeah, so definitely check out that next week. Definitely check him out. Check out the Videoverse music. He's definitely doing an amazing job on there. I definitely, appreciate the stuff he does and everything else going on with that. I think, like I say, he's gonna be working on he got another video he's gonna be working on. I can't say which one it is. He will announce it as soon as he can, and I have an idea what it is, but I'm not gonna say. There's that. Also, as for the Stormcast tomorrow at 7:30 is going to be focusing on, I believe, a little more on the Pokemon Direct, a little more on that, maybe a little bit of some Mario stuff. So basically, it's going to be some we'll do with like Nintendo and what's going on with them and everything. Because I know they had another Direct, which was the Pokemon Direct, which I have not checked out, and I kind of didn't know there was a Pokemon Direct. So I guess it was more details about the new Pokemon games coming out. There's the thing coming out with the Switch 2 with Pokemon. I believe it's coming out October. I think. I'm not sure. I think pre-orders are actually going on right now as we speak, and everything else as that time when it came out. There's that. As for me on my end, yeah. So again, I'll have the next episode for episode 19. I haven't figured out the name yet. I'll kind of play it by ear and see what's going on. I usually come up with something. And then I'm already going to be thinking ahead of what episode 20 is going to be because we're already getting close to 20 episodes, and I'm actually looking forward to see what I have in store. So I'll figure out something for that one. But as that, so definitely check out on my channel Noonami where you can see all my episodes. I'm working on trying to do the timestamps for these. It's hard. I mean, it's not hard to do the timestamp. It's just the fact of like when you kind of taking care of family and everything else, I don't get the time to do the timestamps. So do be patient with me. I will do the best of my abilities to get all the timestamps in all the episodes as quickly as possible. And at the same time, as I'm doing that, I'm going to try to edit the names of the episodes for the previous ones. Because just having them being Noonami, just episode 1, episode 2, episode 3 and all, it's kind of like, it kind of sounds dry, pause. So I am going to change the name, keep the episodes, but just have an extra name, like what the topics were and everything else as I kind of go back to them. As far as my other channel, my gaming channel, Nodo Dojo, definitely check it out there. I may actually get ready to do a little bit more Liza P, some late night Liza P, so you can definitely see more death counts going on there. I may try to work on more Shadow Labyrinths because I did make a second file. I'm actually a lot further than I am on the second save file than I am on the main one for the stream. So kind of get an idea what's going on because there's a lot of stuff that I got to take in and happening. So it's kind of interesting. So I'm kind of pacing through it a little bit faster. But yeah, definitely maybe doing some Liza P a little bit later so I can put the funny baby in his bed so he can go to sleep, not sleep my arm because my arm is a little sweaty. And yeah, and I think he's laying in the arm where, I had to take care of something. Yeah. But other than that, guys, I definitely appreciate you guys all for coming. Thank you again. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.